Men, when you want to speak to a female, it is a kind gesture. Maybe you could open the door.
If you want me, you're going to have to come and get me.
What's the point of liking me and then not replying when I bother to message you?
Like, how are we all going to be meeting people? Because I actually think the dating apps are like gonna die.
It's a new year, and yet the dating scene is still very hard for many modern women.
Many men are intimidated by their success.
Where are the men that actually make the first move and they actually want to take you out on a nice date?
You know what's so freaking annoying is Hinge. I actually just hate dating in general.
The frustration seems to be continuing. They've complained, but none have changed their standards. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
This is something that guys have to watch out for. The woman that is traveling either alone or with her friends. I hate to break it to you, but you know what these women are doing? They're going on dating apps. They're having their fun on vacation and then they return back home to you as if nothing happened. They return back home to their boyfriends or their husbands as if nothing happened. So just be careful because this is becoming way more common than you think.
Hey, it's 2025. We're doing something different this year. Hear me out. Be a slut. Yeah. Be a slut. Like, have a bunch of boyfriends, have a bunch of girlfriends, whatever you want. Just tell them about each other. That way, nobody gets hurt. You're welcome.
You need help.
Dating in New York is really, really bad right now. Like, look, I look sexy as fuck, sexy AF, and not a single soul has looked in my way, in my direction, my directional pattern, like, way. Body check. And, like, if I knew no one was gonna stare at me or, like, give me at least a compliment, like, I would have just worked out at home. Like, there's no need for me to be in a sports bra and nobody's asking me out on a date or, like, to leave my house with me. Like, I can't. Also, like, yeah, I'm not an emirata type bitch, like, a feminist type bitch. Like, there's a reason I'm wearing a tiny, tiny sports bra. There's always a reason. Like, look at me, please. Someone look at me. Smile at me. Something. Someone make me feel alive. I'm walking more uptown, so I put my sweatshirt back on because, like, the window of opportunity is closed.
What she's ultimately seeking is validation from men, which is why she chose to dress in a way that sexualizes herself by wearing a sports bra. She clearly hoped it would make her the center of attention, but instead, she was left utterly disappointed. Not a single man looked her way or even approached her. It's a classic example of how attempts to demand attention can completely backfire. The situation highlights a modern truth that continues to ring loud and clear. Don't sexualize women. They'll do it themselves. This woman exemplifies that perfectly. By putting herself on display, she intended to draw male eyes and elicit interest, but the reality didn't play out as she had imagined. Instead of receiving validation, she was met with indifference, which must have been a bitter pill to swallow. This behavior often ties into deeper insecurities or societal pressures that equate a woman's worth with how much attention she can garner from men.
So I just want to let everybody know that in 2025, I will be accepting boyfriend applications. Yes, very exciting. No uglies. No uglies, no uneducated, and I'm not playing. Anyways, DM me. Thank you. I'm so excited. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
All right, dating intentions for 2025. Not catching feelings for any boys that are going to break my heart. I can't take it. I don't want it. No, not doing it. So if anybody sees me doing this, please get in your car immediately. Run me the over.
I was on Hinge a few months ago and I went on a bunch of dates. I met some really nice people, but like nothing was like, mwah, chef's kiss. Nothing. I deleted it like a month ago. I haven't been on any dating apps and I swear I'm going to meet somebody in person, right? But then like the loneliness sets in and I start to wonder, like, should I just download it again? But the last thing I want to do is download it and talk to guys out of boredom or loneliness. That's like the worst possible thing that you can do for your mental health. I have some friends who have amazing success stories, like they've met their husbands or wives on a dating app. But like most stories I hear are just like
Wait a minute, madam. You've gone on many dates, met a few nice people, and yet you still can't find a man. It really makes you wonder, what kind of man are you actually looking for? This is the underlying problem that so many don't see. They'll claim that there are no good men left, but the truth is, they've likely crossed paths with several good men who just didn't fit into the idealized checklist they've created in their minds. The issue isn't a lack of option, it's a lack of the perfect that they want, which doesn't exist. This mindset also reflects a lack of self-awareness. Instead of appreciating the good qualities in the men they meet or focusing on building a connection, they focus on what's missing or what could be better. This endless pursuit of perfection leaves them perpetually unsatisfied. What's worse, when things don't work out, they often place the blame on men rather than taking a step back to reflect on their own approach or expectations.
Where are the girls that are just super laid back and chill and not extremely high maintenance?
Where are the men that actually brush their teeth in the morning? Brush their teeth at all? Where are the men that take showers, brush their hair, shave regularly? Where are the men that are educated and employed? Where are the men that actually make the first move and they actually want to take you out on a nice date? Where are the men that don't stand up girls on dates? Where are the men that actually pay for the first date? Where did they go?
I like how that guy asked a very simple question, and instead of giving a straightforward answer, she immediately started projecting her bad experiences with the men she's dated. It's almost like she's deflecting from the real issue by blaming the entire gender for her own choices. A lot could be said here, but where are the women who actually know how to reciprocate? Because reciprocation is incredibly important to the kind of men these women are constantly asking about. These men aren't just looking for someone who will sit back and receive. They want a partner who can match their energy, their efforts, and their intentions. These women can't find where these men are because they don't want to be found.
When did men stop tricking on women?
Tricking, is it? Oh, goody.
At what point did somebody sit you down and tell you that men are the prize?
Nobody had to sit them down, as it's become increasingly apparent that women, more often than not, seem to compete for men's attention, not the other way around. So, at the end, who's really the prize?
That men are supposed to get princess treatment.
What is princess treatment, after all, except being treated well in a relationship, appreciated, and shown only the best? Men aren't supposed to want that now?
Who sat you down and told you that it's lame to want to provide for a woman? It's lame to want to please her.
I see where this is going.
It's lame to want to marry a woman and pay bills in the household.
Well, seeing as how a lot of women have been treating men lately, why would they want to?
Who told you that? Like, was it your mom? Was it the pick-me that had you? Who was it? Like, you're literally a man. Like,
tell me, who sees what they're doing?
some of you just need to go out and find you a husband, baby, because you don't want a wife. You want the soft life.
Well, that's certainly one way to try to manipulate men into being interested. Use shaming tactics in order to get them to be interested in dating or marriage. Let me know when that works.
The only thing this girl has managed to do is broadcast loud and clear that she doesn't have a man in her life. By the way she's speaking, it's obvious she's never had a proper man or been in a genuine, meaningful relationship. Her tone and perspective reveal more about her lack of experience than anything else. When you consider the number of men who've been burned by divorce, losing their assets, homes, and even access to their children, it's no wonder the traditional provider role means absolutely nothing to many of them anymore. Why would they put themselves in a position to sacrifice so much, only to risk losing everything they've worked for? For many men, the cost simply isn't worth the risk, especially when the respect and appreciation they once hoped to receive have been replaced by entitlement and disdain. Let's be real. Most women have made it abundantly clear that they don't need men in their lives, so men have left it at that.
You guys know that trend where the women or the girlfriends tell their man that they can't pay the mortgage? And then the men just laugh. Where do you find one of those guys? Because as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist. So I'm just wondering if there's a special place that you can find one that wants to take care of you. Because where I'm from, or the men that I know, they have female energy, like heavy female energy. I'm over here like doing community service for them. So I was just wondering like where they can be found. So if anyone can let me know, that would be great. Thank you.
You know what's so freaking annoying is Hinge. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I actually just hate dating in general in this generation because it's
Freaking horse crap.
literally, if we match, be a
Freaking
man and say something. Like say, hey, how are you? Why are you gonna match with me and do
freaking
with it? Like I'm not gonna
freaking
to you. I'm so sick of being the masculine in the relationship bias, whatever you want to
freaking
call it, where you always have to reach out. I'm
freaking
over it. Like I just want someone to be like, let me be like in my feminine era. Like why is that so
freaking
hard? Like I don't want to like have to plan everything and have to like do everything first. Like why can't I just find someone where it's like I want to pursue you and like let's go on a date, let's do this, and like I'll plan it. Like why is that so
freaking
hard? I'm gonna go for a walk.
Believe it or not, women have the option to start dating if they want to. Getting off the dating apps is the first step, and approaching a man in real life is the next. Many of them are frustrated with dating because nothing serious is clicking for them. Instead, they're on Hinge, swiping left and right, running into players and men who aren't looking for commitment. It's easy to get disillusioned when it feels like everyone on these apps is playing games, but the reality is they're not going to find something real if they continue playing the same game. The last time I checked, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. If you're stuck in the cycle of swiping, chatting briefly, and then dealing with disappointment, maybe it's time for a change in approach. What's mostly stopping these women from approaching men is their ego. And that same ego is keeping them single and frustrated.
I have a question for men. I feel like a lot of men are no longer interested in dating. They give up on dating. They're not even trying. Why do you guys think that is the case?
Too much work and waste of money and time. Some women, all they want is money. Tired of being used. Tired of being used, cheated on and ghosted. So now we go to work and come home. Love to find my person, but tired of heartbreak. It's not dating, it's an interview. How much do you make? What can you give me?
I really need to get taken out. Either on a date or by a sniper. Either one's fine with me.
I feel like such a dude right now because it took me over a year to realize how badly I fumbled the bag when dating this amazing man. Like, he was one of the sweetest, kindest, most genuine guys I've ever dated, and I threw him away like day-old trash, and I'm just so disappointed in myself in how I conducted myself and how I behaved and how I treated him and made him feel taken advantage of, and I'm just disappointed in the way that I ended things so abruptly, so rudely.
I am so over the male species as a whole right now that, like, if you want to go on a date with me, get us a room on the strip at a resort. Get me a spa to the get me a pass to the spa for a nice massage, and then take me to Carbone. And if it's not that, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm literally too pretty for this. I cannot do that.
I got tagged in this video and I almost didn't stitch it, but you guys want me to tell her. So here it is. Look, a man's gauge of attractiveness is impacted by what comes out of your mouth. So whether or not the men commenting on your video realize it, they are being impacted by what you are saying. Because men find entitlement to be so unattractive. The main reason for this is because men at a very young age are trained and conditioned to not be entitled. They have to work hard for what they have. So when that man is looking for a life partner, he needs somebody that helps him and supports him, not somebody that just demands more.
Too pretty, she says. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what beauty has to do with anything, but one thing's clear. Entitlement is not what a man is searching for in a woman. Listen to this woman carefully. She's describing a honeymoon, not a first date. It's as if she expects everything to be perfect from the get-go, like the man should already be treating her like a queen, without even building a real connection first. The reality is, looks can only get you so far. Sure, attraction is important, but it's not the foundation of a lasting relationship. Men are looking for qualities that go beyond physical beauty. When a woman enters the dating scene, expecting to be treated like royalty without putting in the effort to build something meaningful, it's a huge turn-off. The problem here is that she's equating beauty and entitlement with being worthy of a man's time, attention, and resources. What a joke.
Okay, one for the girls in 2025. Like, how are we all going to be meeting people? Because I actually think the dating apps are like gonna die, and I really hope they are gonna die, because I honestly go on my dating apps now, and even if I've matched with people, I just have zero energy to speak to anyone on there. Like, it's pure chore, and I don't see it as like something fun or exciting anymore. It's just like bleh. And I rarely will actually like engage in a conversation now or even get on a date with someone. And I'm like, how are we meant to be meeting people? Because it's like, I do the run clubs, I go to the gym. Like, surely the apps are dead now. Like, surely something has got to change in 2025. I think we're all just too greedy as well. Like, we've been given so much choice with dating apps. Like, you could be dating someone, but then you could be like, oh, this could be something better out there for me. I just think it's ruined our whole culture. So, can we have some change in 2025, please?
Men do not love nurturing, caring women. They will not take care of you. They will not reward you. You do not gain anything for going through hell with a man. You know what you get? You lose your hair and you get some deep wrinkles. Wrinkles. Thank you.
Are you truly nurturing and caring if you have an expectation out of him from it? And it's not that men don't love those qualities. They genuinely do. But there's a difference between nurturing and caring and being there for him and taking care of him and not having any boundaries and letting him walk all over you and not communicating your wants and needs out of the relationship. There is a balance to all of it. But when you're a kind of a pushover and you let people just take from you and you don't have those limits, unfortunately, you're more likely to attract people that will use and hurt you because those people can like sense it or something. I think some people get it wrong in relationships when they go into them giving everything and they think that, you know, they have reasonable expectations, but they don't bring them up because they're scared they're going to scare the other person away. If your expectations are reasonable, you're not going to scare away another person just by asking, just by bringing things up.
If a woman has to say she's nurturing and caring, she's probably not. Those actions aren't judged by what you say, but by what you do. Nurturing women are like unicorns. They're rare to find. It's easy to claim to be nurturing, but true nurturing isn't about just saying the right things. It's about showing up consistently for others, putting their needs first when necessary, and creating an environment of trust and care. She mentioned that men do not like nurturing women, but that's a lie. Men do value women who are nurturing because it creates a sense of emotional security. The idea that men don't reward nurturing women is also a lie. In fact, men are often drawn to women who nurture them because it builds a deeper emotional connection. They may not always show it immediately, but a man who feels truly cared for will reciprocate that energy in a meaningful way. The reward isn't necessarily something material, but it often manifests in the form of trust, loyalty, and a deeper bond.